Yeah, so this has been the most difficult experience of my life. I wish that I was that I had the energy to talk to you through that time. But oh my God, I was just going in and out of like consciousness, it seemed. I was just laying there, falling asleep and waking up, falling asleep and waking up. I've been going through. It seems like the worst of it out of us. There's a few other people who are having it bad. Um,
Beyond Extreme Energy is doing an 18-day fast in Washington, D.C. at the headquarters of FERC, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission. I spoke with Thomas Parker via Skype about what it was like to go through a fast, what it was like to not have food for several days. During this conversation, you can see how tough it is for Thomas to speak after 5 days of fasting. Imagine what it would be like after weeks without food, or weeks with just barely any food.
the first day was pretty easy.
It really looked like you started to struggle later in the second day.
So yeah, the first day I was doing very well. I had a little bit of hunger pangs, but not really at all. Towards the end of the day, towards the night, my stomach started hurting a little bit. The second day, in the morning, I woke up and that's when I started feeling it, like hungry, you know. And a little bit of fatigue, but not nearly as bad as it had gotten. I mean, it got later. Towards the end of the second day, if I can recall, was really fatigued. Mind only on food the entire time. So on the third day, I realized how interconnected my gut and my mind is. Because I got so emotional. I got depressed and anxious, and just every emotion in the book came out. I'd get happy and sad, and I realized that just as like in the past when I've eaten greasy food, very unhealthy food, I have felt sluggish and tired and depressed. If I eat healthy food, I feel really good and happy. And I realized that without any food, it's worse than having greasy food and shitty food. And so I realized like how much our emotional and mental state is influenced by the food we eat or lack of. You skip a meal, you get irritable. Skip a couple days of meals, and you can't even imagine. It's really interesting. On top of being really emotional, I was unbelievably fatigued. I had a hard time getting up to go to the restroom. I had a hard time carrying a conversation, talking to anybody. Fourth day, I felt slightly better. Still very emotional. And then today, my body has felt really well, really good. And I'm starting to get through the emotional confines of my mind, and I'm feeling really good actually. I believe I got all the toxins out. I think that's really what did it. Because before I was burning off processed foods and, drinking and all those fun things that people my age engage in. I realized I drank 2 gallons of water yesterday. That had something to do with flushing out my body and all the toxins. Of course, I'm taking salt and potassium, iodine. I should be taking B12, but I'm not.
What did the nurse say? Because you guys had a nurse visit you.
The nurse took my blood pressure and my heart rate, and said that from the first day, the day before the fast, to the 3rd day, when my blood pressure and heart rate was taken again, I had the most substantial change. It dropped, my blood pressure dropped. I don't know the detail, I don't remember the details, but my blood pressure dropped and my heart rate increased. Makes sense that my heart rate would increase because of compensating, but I ended up having them checked again, and they were back to normal. So maybe it's fluctuating throughout the day. Well, the issues that I saw originally, I feel like are being resolved, considering as the days go by, the easier it gets. I was really concerned at one point about how torturous it was going to be on my mind, because most of what starvation is mental. The physical pieces of it is about the same as skipping one meal, in my experience. Like 1 or 2 meals, when you're struggling to pay rent or something and this and that, and you skip a meal or 2, it's about the same as that. Like it's just you got like stomach cramps and you feel really tired and draggy. For the most part, it is mental, unbelievably mental for me. I'm speaking out of my own experience. I'm sure everyone had different experiences. Everyone's body is different. But for me, it was the constant fantasy of eating food.